Welcome to this edition of S&S, talking AFC East Preview. I can speak English again. I am Sandman, and he is, of course, your favorite Hawk.
Yeah.
We're back at it. Another preview, Jer. We're doing pretty good. AFC East, what are your initial thoughts about this division?
Probably going to be pretty weak this year, except for the Buffalo Bills. I don't expect, Super Bowl hangovers and all. I just don't see too many teams making it into the playoffs out of this division. I know there's a lot of new players on the Patriots, and they got a buzz going, but I don't know, just off-field distractions and just everything all culminating with the Super Bowl hangover and the tough schedule. I think they're going to have a tough time getting over 500. I've been wrong before. Everyone's been wrong before, but I just don't see it.
I know you've always been pretty high on Buffalo, so we're going to start it off with them Buffalo Bills. They're coming in with some new key additions. Let's take a look at them. We got DJ Moore is joining the squad from the Bears. I think they got him for pretty cheap. I think it was like a draft pick. And they're bringing a couple of older guys, CJ Gardner-Johnson and Bradley Chubb. Do these guys still have something in the tooth to help the Bills?
Hey, CJ, he's a force. He can also hurt you. So they just have to talk with them and say, listen, we know you're a Super Bowl champion. That's why we brought you in. Just tone it down just a notch. I think he'll be a great addition to that defense. It is always about the defense, unfortunately. Josh Allen can win you the game every time, but not all, or most of the time, but not all the time. So, the defense is going to have to stand up and, hold a couple teams to maybe a 13 or 17. That'd go a long way.
That would be ideal. I mean, you can hold teams under 20 points. You got to expect Buffalo to win those games. Key losses, we're looking at Teron Johnson at cornerback. Taylor Rapp, the safety, is gone. And Curtis Samuel is also gone. So you got another piece to help Josh Allen and James Cook, I should say. You need playmakers, I think, just because their receivers in the past couple of years have just been whatever, right? Guys who couldn't really separate. And then a lot of teams I noticed were playing man against the Bills. And I'm like, how the hell can you play man against a guy like Josh Allen? But they're getting away with it. And you know what I mean? It just seems like in the high leverage plays, that's when Buffalo kind of crumbles, like those big plays in the fourth quarter, 2-3 minutes to go. I think that's their bugaboo. Other than that, they got the veteran talent, and Mahomes is banged up to start the year. The AFC is pretty wide open, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. They just got to keep pace, and even if they're on the road, I still see them breaking through this year, and hopefully getting to the Super Bowl.
This is the third straight year you've been pumping them up, so let's see if they can go 1 for 3. I mean, they do have a lot of expectations, you would think, right? I mean, how many years have people been touting them to win the Super Bowl, and they don't even make it there, right? So I think the pressure's there. I don't know how much longer they can keep this group together, right? Because Josh Allen, I mean, he's probably, 30 years old now, right? Getting closer to the second half of his career. And I know he likes this Joe Brady guy, right? But, if he chokes and falls on his face, they don't really have anywhere to go. So I know they have a new stadium, which it's going to be hype for the fans, right? They're going to be breaking their tables and chairs and all that mess. But I think it just comes down to making those big plays in the playoffs, Jared. The regular season for these guys is just kind of a walkthrough, you know what I mean? Just kind of a dress rehearsal, and then let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's get to the playoffs where we actually got to show out. And I mean, I expect them to make the playoffs. win the division. I think they should win the division with the Patriots having a tougher schedule. I think Buffalo still has a pretty tough schedule. They're facing Houston week 1, and then I think they're facing Detroit in week 2. So not cupcakes, right? So
Yeah, but competing with the likes of the Jets, the Dolphins, like Super Bowl hangover, tough schedule Patriots, it's like, yeah, I'm, knock on wood,
yeah,
but I'm giving them the division already. It's going to be
I know, but
pretty tough.
you've been super high on Buffalo throughout all the 3 years of our show. So we'll take that with a little grain of salt. Let's move on to the Patriots. We've been talking about them. I think they reloaded pretty well, man. AJ Brown should be, pretty motivated. Romeo Dobbs is solid, not great. Got Kevin Byard, lost Stephon Diggs, Garrett Bradbury. They traded to the Bears, so I mean, they didn't lose too much. Stephon Diggs is kind of a head case, anyways. And I mean, I don't think anyone expected Drake May to make that step that he did last year. Like Caleb Williams stepped up big time in his second year. Drake May stepped up big time in his second year. I was impressed with the deep balls. Like this kid can just like kind of young Patrick Mahomes just throw up those 40, 50-yard moon balls. And I mean, it was working last year. Will it work this year? I don't know. I do like the running back core. It's a nice 1-2 punch. What are you expecting from Drake May and gang? Do you think he'll get better? Do you think he's going to fall off?
He's going to have to show me something here. He showed us all what he can do with an easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Now, show me what you can do against a first place schedule. Super Bowl hangover. I know I'm a broken record. It is real. And that's, most of the team was there. So, let's see how they react. Let's see, like, hey, if they come out blasting and go like 7-0, 8-0, then obviously you got to take them seriously. But I just see them having some tough times, maybe losing some close games. It might not totally fall apart. But, we know AJ Brown very well. As soon as he's not getting the ball, as soon as he's not liking what he's seeing, then he's going to be frustrated doing his thing on camera. And then they're going to go back to, it's all Vrabel's fault. He's a cheater. And just, I wish him well. But
I think a lot of things can go wrong for this team. And people are expecting them to fall back, but honestly, like who really expected this team to even make the playoffs last year, like let alone make the Super Bowl, right? So they obviously overachieved. I mean, I just think they're a young core. They got better, talent on the team, and they're just, motivated. I mean, no one expected them to do anything last year, and again, same thing's happening this year. No one expects them to do anything. It's kind of like the bad news Browns of the NFL. But I mean,
I expect them to beat out Miami and New York, anyways.
Well, 28 teams in the NFL should beat out Miami and New York this year, right? But I mean, that's not the question, right? I mean, it's just, it's expectations, right, from the public and everyone around you, right? Now they're expected to win, right? Like their win total is 10.5. Like their win total last year was probably, I don't know, 5.5 or 6.5, something like that. So expectations are there. I think the defense, still a young core, getting better. Milton Williams and gang are still there. So I'm interested in this team. I don't know what they're going to exactly be like. I expect them to be a playoff team, but they do have that target on their back, and that'll be interesting in this NFL season. 10.5 wins is their total. I think it's going to be tough to get to 11. So I'll take the under on that one.
Oh, everyone's taking the under for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, they do get to beat those lowly Jets and Dolphins. Let's take a look at them. Jets added Geno Smith back, kind of head scratcher there.
Brought in Minka Fitzpatrick. Go home, right?
Well, I mean, he's a different Geno Smith than he was when he was on that team originally. That was like hard to watch. People are making fun of him and, Geno this, Geno that. So they bring in Minka Fitzpatrick. I was surprised that they brought him in from the Dolphins. They lost Jermaine Johnson. Obviously, Justin Fields is now a Kansas City Chief. Bringing in I think, some good leadership. Obviously, they have all the young talent out there. It's just you need a mesh. I think you can't just throw all young guys out there and expect them to just start winning out of the blue. But I do expect better things from the Jets. I'm expecting over 5.5 wins this year, and I'm expecting an interception from them this year, at least one. So, what are your thoughts for these bad news Jets? What are you thinking from them?
Yeah, I think they'll get that monkey off their back really quickly. I think they'll probably, within the first few games, they'll probably get an interception. And, Breece Hall is still there. He is still one of the most talented running backs, top 10 at least out there. And he can take over a game like that, any play, he can go to the house. And that'll help Geno, the play action. You can never understate that. And he can fire down the field. He's got some good receivers and Breece, the defense is, always, their coach has to figure something out too, right? He's got to look a little bit better than he did last year, which is not that hard.
They brought in Frank Reich to be the OC. His last stint in Carolina wasn't the greatest, but we know what he's done in Indy. We know what he's done in Philadelphia. So,
it's Carolina, right? You get a broken down pickup to drive, not everyone's going to make it go straight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you need those recipes if you're going to be the cook in the kitchen. I think in a perfect world, the Jets can go 8-9. I think that's their ceiling.
For sure.
Their floor, I would see probably like a 5-win season, right? And I'm expecting, this team to be scrappy and maybe not like competitive, like where they're going to win 9 or 10 games, but I can see them hanging and just being scrappy.
Covering some spreads, right? Yeah,
keeping some spreads, some teasers or whatnot. I think this team can be respectable, put it this way. I think if Geno can be the 20th or the 22nd, 23rd best quarterback in the NFL, this defense does what everyone expects it to do. Last year was not good. So let's see what they can do. I'm excited to see what they do. And these Dolphins are up next year. Man, they lost a shitload of players. Just taking a look off the bat, Tua obviously is gone. Jalen Waddle is gone. Bradley Chubb is gone. Minka Fitzpatrick is gone. It's like, holy, all your stars are gone. They added Malik Willis and Tutu Atwell, Jalen Reagor. Is this team tanking, or do you think they can show some fight and be competitive?
They picked up a lot of good players, good secondary players that never get a chance, always playing under these huge stars. And now they're the guys. They're the ones that are going to be figuring this out and trying their best and fighting for their contracts. And when you got that uncertainty of your future, man, that's when your best play is going to come out. Achane can take over. He can score so he can go to the house, any play. You got to respect him again, which opens up the play action for those receivers. We're a big believer on the show, next man up. And Miami Dolphins is a whole team of next man ups. Not sure about the defense. I'm sure they're going to have a tough time. But, Malik Willis and I think the offense will still be formidable. Maybe not nightmare. You're not keeping you up at night. But, Achane, he's the man.
Well, the days of the 70-point game against the Broncos are gone. Remember that from a couple years ago? Right. That was a good fantasy game. I remember that one. But they're changing their style. I think they're going to that Green Bay style. They added that coach from Green Bay, brought Malik Willis in, more play action, let the defense be more formidable there. I guess, it's a total identity flip from like the high powered run and gun speed to just more. They still have the speed, but it's more like not as much east-west, more like north-south, like screens.
It's
and
hard to
dump
be a
offs.
starter in the NFL too, right? So like they're getting their chance. This is, the guys that are in there, this is their chance to show the entire NFL, like, hey, pick me up, right? They might not want to stay in Miami for this rebuild,
Look what
but
Malik Willis did in Green Bay when Jordan Love was hurt last year, right? Like he won probably 4 or 5 out of his starts that he had, and like he didn't look like deer in headlights at all. Like, yeah, he wasn't like letting it rip 40 times a game, but you ask him to manage the game. I think Malik Willis can really prove to be a good, solid quarterback in this NFL. Like, maybe like a Ryan Tannehill level type of guy who can keep you honest. And like you said, let's see what these guys can do. Rager, Tutu Atwell. Let's see what they can do. I mean, Devon Achane, he's going to have the target on his back, but he's a pretty good receiver. And let's see if they can make a name with their defense and maybe cover a few spreads. I think the Dolphins, they could do it. I don't know about the win total. I don't know if they're going to win 5+ games, but I expect them to be scrappy, and I think they're going to show out, and they're going to show some teams that they're going to be fighting. Tanking or not, I'm not sure. I don't think they'll be tanking. So these are the computer's predictions for the AFC. They're predicting the Bills to win 10 games, Patriots 9, Jets 5, Dolphins 4. Not sure if I agree with all that, but just throw that out there for the preview. So you're expecting the Bills to win the division, and are the Patriots going to try to make the playoffs here, or what do you think? This is just going to be a fallback?
We will see how these additions fare. But when Buffalo can clearly win the division with a record of 10-7, I just don't see anything else happening. But I think they're going to do. They're going to do way better than 10-7. I do believe. I see 12-5. But when you can still kind of slip up and still win the division, this is going to be I think this could be one of the lowliest divisions in football, unfortunately.
I honestly think it's going to be competitive, not like where the Jets and Dolphins are going to be winning like a lot of games, but I think they're going to hang, and they're just going to be scrappy, and they're going to make teams work. But let's do the AFC West preview next. Does that sound good to you?
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's a little more competitive than this one, but they do have the Raiders, so they're still.
Everyone's got a down on their luck team, but the return of Mahomes and getting to look at Fernando and the what ifs with Bo Nix and the retooling of the Chargers offense, that's going to be high on everybody's list. They're going to be tuning in at all times to see what Mike McDaniel can do. Can't wait.
Let's go. Let's talk some football later. And you guys, anyone who survived to the end here, you're a trooper. Press that like, press that subscribe.
Yeah.
And favorite Hawk and I will.
Peace.